Hey, so in this video, I'll be showing you how to take the lead list that you scraped off of Apollo. The same process applies if you're using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and how to format, verify that lead list and set it up on smartlead.ai. So jumping right into it, as you can see right now on my screen, I'm on apollo.io. For the purposes of this video, I will be using a lead list that I scraped of marketing agencies. As you can see, I have 40,000 companies, but obviously for this video, I don't want it to take too long. I'm only going to do this with a test of 25 leads, right? So for you, you will probably have thousands of leads rather than 25, but the same process applies. So head on over to Apollo. After you have figured out the leads that you have saved, what you want to do is you just want to select all the people on your saved list. So I have 40,422, but I'm only going to select the 25 on this page. After that, you just want to go over here. After it's selected, you just want to press export. And then you can look inside the CSV settings. So I set up my settings in a very specific way that will only give me the information that I need. I think by default, all of this stuff is selected, but this is kind of what I have selected just based on my own research and based on what I find valuable. These are kind of the categories that I have selected. And down the line, let's say you have selected all of them. After you export the list, you can still remove them on Google Sheets. So let's export this list. Download 25. So it has downloaded. The next step you want to do is head on over to Google Sheets. This is where you will host all of your lead list. And let's say I want to move it in. So import, upload, and then I'm just going to drag this in. So it's uploading onto Google Sheets. I just want to press append to Google Current Sheet, import data, give it a second. And this is what this looks like, right? So if you have a bunch of categories that you don't find relevant, you could always remove them. So for example, I don't necessarily want these 3 categories. I could just delete them. Other phone number, other phone, delete column. And then we have a bunch of these categories. And then what you want to do, right? So obviously we have 25 actually, because the first row is the headers. What you then want to do is you want to filter, highlight all of them, select data, create filter, and you want to remove the blank email accounts. So the thing with Apollo, the thing with LinkedIn is, even though you're scraping emails, let's say you're scraping 1,000 emails, not every single one of those contacts, those 1,000 contacts will have email addresses. And the same thing applies to LinkedIn. That's just the way that it works, because the system, it doesn't work 100%. It works, let's say 60 to 75%. So some of those emails that you do end up scraping, they won't work, or it'll be blank, or whatever that case is. So out of that 25, we have 20 now. We have 19 actually, because the first row is the header. So 19 out of the 25 had valid emails. What you then want to do is, what I would do is I would just copy the whole thing with the filter to make sure you have the emails. I would open a new sheet and I would just paste that in. Let me format this a little bit to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so what you then want to do is you just want to export this list, file, and then download as, you could do a CSV file. So I'm going to do CSV file. So after it's downloaded as a CSV file, your next step is to head on over to Million Verifier. So this is what we'll be using to verify our email addresses. So you just want to set up an account, you want to log in, and the way this works is you will have to buy credits. So for every, I think for every 10,000 emails that you are verifying, I think it costs $29 or $39. Let me just double check. It costs $29 USD for 10,000 email credits. So right now I have 9,000 credits over here. You just want to head on over to the email verification tab. And what you then want to do is you want to drag in the CSV file that you just uploaded, that you just downloaded off of Google Sheets. We see it as 19, remove duplicates, keep the setting on, and you just want to press start verify. And this does take a couple minutes. So obviously I'm doing 25 because I don't want this video to take 45 minutes or something like that. But as you can see, right, it's already starting the verification. It says there is 15 minutes left. I'm going to pause this video and resume it once that is done. Okay, awesome. So after 14 minutes, the 25 email accounts have finished verifying. As we can see, we have 13 good and verified email addresses. This is very normal. Typically what we see is whenever you're scraping leads off of Apollo, or LinkedIn, around 50% of them are actually valid emails, meaning these are emails that you can actually send to without running the risk of them bouncing or of them existing, stuff like that, without ruining your email reputation. So what you then want to do is you want to press download reports. I always do good emails only. If you want to roll the dice on risky emails, you can as well, although I don't necessarily suggest it, because risky emails, the majority of them will be valid emails, but if more than 3 or 4% of them bounces, it will drastically reduce your email reputation. So what you then want to do is just press download report, good emails only. It has downloaded, and you want to head back over into Google Sheets. I always create a new sheet. I call it valid emails. And I want to just import the sheet that we just downloaded off of Million Verifier. So upload, and then move it in, append to current sheet, import data. And as we can see, right, we can see some new categories. I always just remove these ones because the ones that are here are the good and valid ones. And here are 13 of the valid emails. And then after this, you just want to press file and download, and you want to set it up onto smartly.ai. I have a separate video about setting up your campaign. The very first step to set up your campaign is to upload the lead list. So go and check out that video. But basically, this is how you verify your email accounts and make sure that the emails that you are sending out to are valid and they don't bounce and don't ruin your email reputation.